Yo, what is up, guys? So we're here to talk about the new Thunder Dragons. Everyone's been talking about them, and the real question that I want to ask you guys, and don't answer yet, wait until you see some of these plays, because the question for the video is the deck broken? And I want to get your guys' feedback. Maybe if you've played the deck or played against it, you guys can let me know. I know this guy's playing Harpies, it's pretty much irrelevant, but I got a few different builds from a bunch of you guys. A lot of you guys have been sending in me replays and saying that this deck is so broken. Some of you guys have been complaining to me about how broken this deck is, but I see it a little bit differently. I don't know if I would consider this deck broken. To me, broken is like FTK or just insane free advantage, like, you know, Spellbook of Judgment. But I feel like this is a little bit different. Yeah, it can have really good turn 1 boards, and you guys are going to see a lot of variety. This one, courtesy of Potato, is a Lightsworn-oriented build, more of a Chaos Dragon-ish build. But, I mean, look at this. Your opponent cannot search, and then we have Boroso, which can't be destroyed battle. Then you have the ability to negate something and then equip it to it. And then, of course, we have Aeon Thunder and the White Dragon, Wyvern Buster, up on board. So pretty much, your opponent's not going to be able to Regeki you, and they can't add anything. It's a pretty nasty board turn 1, but there's a few different duels and a lot of different builds that I wanted to showcase off. Now, this was actually a pretty good, I'm going to show the BA one, because this is more of a more meta-ish. I mean, a lot of people have been playing Burning Abyss since it recently did well. But anyways, this is going to be the Invoked build, courtesy of Yugioh here. A lot of different builds that people are playing. We're going to be showcasing off like a Chaos, Lightsworn-ish variant. We're going to also be checking out, of course, right now the Invoked variant, and of course, there is a more like pure-ish variant that you can obviously run Necroface, Allure of Darknesses, Gold Sharks, a lot of like just banish advantage. And then on top of that, the deck is still pretty dang strong. Like I said, this is going to be the Invoked variant, there's the Chaos variant, and pure variants of the deck. But anyways, this is up against the Burning Abyss deck, obviously with the Black Luster Soldier. I mean, I kind of got excited about it, but dude, I've played so much of Burning Abyss, I've kind of over the deck already. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and Farfa and send away the Thunder Dragon Lord, which would be one way to get rid of that problematic card, because this card, it just stays up on board, and at any point, you know, you can just lose out a card because they can just be like, okay, I'm going to buff up its attack. He ends up effect failing this card, but it doesn't really matter since he has the extra zone. And I feel like the deck is really good because of Allure of Darkness and Gold Sword all at 3, which are all pretty much +1s in the deck. And his opponent's like, dude, GG, because at this point, he already knows what's going to happen. But we got another one over here versus the World Chalice. Now, you could obviously, oh, actually, I think that there's a Sky Striker variant also, but Sky Striker's kind of going to everything, so I don't know if I would consider that like something like new, because you throw Sky Strikers in anything and it becomes very viable. But here you guys are seeing it against World Chalice, and the World Chalice guy actually opens up pretty good. It's actually a really good duel between Yugioh here and Yugioh. But Trigate Wizard's still a really nasty card to run to, and then in addition to that, having Firewall Dragon up on board. And then he still has Brilliant Fusion, so he can go ahead and extend his combo just a little bit here. And get some cards and summon the Imduk over here. But the deck is very resilient on getting free advantage. Like, you can just go, okay, banish, special summon, okay, I'm going to activate this card's effect, I'm going to search out another one, but he's got double over there, so he didn't really get the best effect out of Trigate Wizard there. But, like, it's so hard, I think, in this deck to really be able to negate something and have the deck kind of lose out. For example, there's a lot of decks that once they lose their summon, they have no follow-up plays, and I think that especially in the Invoked variant, you have a lot more plays in this deck, and he's going to go ahead and have no monsters left on the board, but of course, it wouldn't be a good duel unless the guy came back, right? 100 life point comeback from Yugioh here, but he still has to wait one more turn to get all his cards with the Gold Sarks, but he's got Alistair, he's got Invocation, he's going to go ahead and activate it, he's going to go ahead and lose out on a card because Called by the Grave is going to be there. He's going to go ahead and finally get rid of that Trigate Wizard, so he can't use Trigate Wizard to get rid of him, because he only had 2 co-linked with Trigate Wizard. Macabre is going to go ahead and get rid of that Sarah Yugioh. I think that was kind of maybe a mistake that he made. He should have probably just tried to attack over it. Anyways, the other player, he's got so much advantage at this point. Like, he was definitely at a huge disadvantage, but at this point, it's not going to be looking too good for Yugioh here. He's just going to go ahead and take a bunch of damage and almost make it a game. If he only had some, like, rank 5s here. But he still has the Invoke Macabre. He's going to go ahead and activate that Waterfront. And unfortunately here, he's going to go ahead and negate the card that was supposed to upgrade the Mystical Shrine Ball. I think he was just going to try to attack over it, maybe with perhaps something in his deck. But anyways, now that you guys have seen 2 duels, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on the deck, honestly, because again, I don't think it's insanely broken. Okay, this was the Harpy one, my bad. You guys already saw that one. I want to showcase off some more of the Lightsworn one. Now this one, he's playing up against the flip deck, Subterrors. I haven't really seen anyone play any flip decks just in general. The last one that we got was the Crawlers, but not a very popular deck, but I just want to showcase off some extra little advantage. So, I mean, he's losing out on the effect over there. But again, with so much, like, look at this. He's just getting rid of so many cards, but the deck just still keeps on going on. Now he's able to go ahead and Pulsar. Now in this instance, he's kind of just winning because of Lightsworn, let's be honest here. But you're still able to obviously make some decent stuff here. Going minus 3,500 for the beams, definitely worth it indeed. But I just want to showcase off that, like, even though this is technically a Thunder deck, like, the deck has so many options when you play the Lightsworn variant. This is a much better, like, Lightsworn. I just thought it was funny that he didn't even use any of the Thunder cards, but still won in the deck. Now, he's playing a 60-card deck, which you could argue in the TCG is a bad idea because we don't have grass. Because, well, that's just the way it works. Anyways, we still have Allure of Darkness, getting so much free advantage, unfortunately, when you draw multiples of these. Sometimes it can suck. But anyways, Dragon Shrine, able to go ahead and banish some cards. And these cards are just great cards in general for Chaos decks to just go ahead and even recycle. I've seen some people recycle with Necroface just to be able to get some cards in the graveyard and then banish them later on. In fact, there is like a more chaosy build that's not necessarily just Lightsworn that you guys will see. But I mean, look at this board. I mean, this is not something fun to deal with. I mean, it's just, you know, those Link decks. Borrow Sword, obviously a really good card. Going to be making OTKs very, very easy. Going to go ahead and move that to defense mode so it can go ahead and attack twice. And this card also, I believe, activates its effect so it can't attack. That card is actually really nasty to run into as well. Over here, this is versus Noble Knights. I just wanted to talk about this for 1 second. It doesn't really matter. I know Noble Knights aren't very meta, but any deck that is reliant on like one specific card, right? Like they have these boss monsters that they go for. I feel like this deck is a really good matchup. Like this deck will just eat it alive because at any point, you know, they could just not be able to search out, which most of these like decks that revolve around like one specific boss monster, right? If they can't search out, they have problems. I mean, any deck's gonna have problems when you can't search out. But in addition to that, when you have the Thunder Dragon Lord there, I mean, this is the card that when it would be destroyed, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard instead. The other card has a protection effect anyways as well. But on top of that, you have that ability to make sure that it stays alive. Plus, whenever you're activating effect with this card over here, you're just going to be able to pop one thing. So, like, you'll see that this player that's playing Noble Knights, he really can't do anything. Like, he's got to go for the Red Eki, but this card's going to survive, of course, because it just banishes 2 cards. And then whenever he goes for his one, like, card, it's just going to get wrecked, and he's going to pop the backer, and at this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he can go ahead and just realize that it's GG. I mean, it's a really nasty deck to run into. Not kidding, you know, I didn't really want to go over the hero one. It pretty much covered, like, okay, this one. There's another one here. Questionable Replay. That one is actually pretty good. I like the title. So Necroface or Necroface. Over here, we got Geno versus the Zip Zap over here, and unfortunately, gonna go ahead and get Ash Balls. This is a mirror match over here. This is the Necroface one over here, and this guy, Zip Zap, is playing what I would consider more of like a pure variant, but there's actually a really nasty play with Droll and Lockbird, which is why I wanted to showcase up this play, because I wanted to give you guys some variety and see what you guys have to say about the deck. Now, I want to know if you guys think the deck is broken or not, because I think it's, like I said, I'm a little bit different about this, you know. I ain't on the it's broken hype train with this. Like, I genuinely think, when I tell something's broken, I genuinely think it's OP. Right? You know, Spellbook of Judgment, that card, I mean, I don't think anyone should be arguing with you on that. I still think Yugioh is pretty broken. I mean, there's no other card that lets you just cycle through 4 cards in the game that's, like, generic, right? I mean, yeah, you gotta use multiple cards, but we all using tokens anyways to make it, right? But, anyways, this deck, pretty good stuff indeed. He's gonna go ahead and activate Soul Charge. I'm gonna go ahead and spell summon a bunch of monsters. Then he's got the Thunder Dragon Lord. Both players have got that, but this one is beefed up over here with 3,700. He's gonna go ahead and banish some cards, and then he's gonna go ahead and activate that effect of Avian. But he actually boosts up his own monster, but then also activates Droll and Lock, and so he loses basically his whole hand. So, Geno not looking too good over here, but I thought that was interesting. I was unaware that you could just be like, draw at that point, and your opponent just loses out on everything. So, watch out, guys, for the Droll and Lockbird, because Zip Zap will get you, man. I like that. I thought that was really interesting. That's pretty much why I wanted to showcase off this play over here. Definitely has a lot more value. I've seen a lot of people side deck that card. In fact, in the OCG at one point, people were just main decking multiple copies of it because the draw power that so many decks are getting is insane. But if you think about it, this deck is supposed to stop your opponent from going off because you can't search for cards in the first place. But yeah, I mean, it could be definitely a good side deck card if you are doing either mirror match or just playing against this deck in general. When they go for this to reset some of their cards for that, magical mallet effect, you're going to be good to go over there. But I just thought that that was pretty good stuff indeed. Now this one, this guy is playing Spirit, oh, what is it? That's what I call Alpha, Beta, Gamma. There's a specific name for it. But anyways, let's watch what Bad Friend versus Not Your Field. And shout outs to all you guys who sent in these replays. But anyways, we see Gold Sark over there, and this card's gonna make it so no searching. But he's gonna go ahead and get the effect of the Origin. Let's go ahead and summon Lenovia. I feel like this card's a really good card. Just being able to pop 2 cards, very free. Necroface going to reset all of his plays over here. He's going to go ahead and attack with just the Necroface directly. Going to pass it off to his opponent. And like, there's a reason why I want to showcase this off. It's like there's so many decks that like they need to search. And if you just ruin that, they can't even Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But anyways, so now that you guys have... Actually, hold on, did we go over this one? Oh wait, this is... Okay, hold on. Got another one from Zip Zap over here versus Mermels. But now that you guys have seen it, I want you guys to comment down below. Is the deck broken or is it just like a really solid deck? Personally for me, I think it's a solid deck. It has really insane turn 1 and like plays where your opponent cannot Yu-Gi-Oh! And again, the point of this was to showcase off a lot more variants in here. And I think we talked about it on the live stream and also went over like the Sky Striker one. But I mean, that's Sky Strikers, Sky Strikers. I mean, they're going to be good in anything, alright? But at the end of the day, the triple allures and triple guard star kind of makes it so you don't really need to have them. And obviously you can shut down another Sky Striker player. But I mean, he's going for that Glacia. But he's going to go ahead, boost up the attack. He does lose out on the cards, unfortunately here. But we're going to see the Thunder Dragon Shrimp. I thought this card was interesting. Makes it so your opponent cannot negate any of your Thunder Dragon monsters. Really dirty stuff indeed. Makes all of your plays like super free on everything, and then also with the bigger boss monster, when you attack with it, your opponent can't respond to it, so it's kind of annoying to deal with that as well. And then he also goes for the Link monsters, so he can have 2 of these. And I mean, at this point, like, there's so many decks like Mermels that like they need to search, and if you don't give them that, they're not gonna have a good time. Dragon's at 3 mana. Feels good, but then like this is nasty. And I think the thing that makes this deck so dang strong, why people are saying it's broken, is because you have that sense of you can't Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And on top of that, because if this card would be destroyed by battle by card effect, you banish another Thunder monster, so you can't just Regeki them. It's got to be a Kaiju, and I think that this is going to make a lot of people want to play Kaijus in their main deck game. Obviously, Mermel's easy, Gamma Seal, right? But let me know guys' thoughts on the Thunder Dragons. Now you guys have seen a bunch of different variants of the deck. Which one do you guys think is the best, and do you think the deck is OP or not? Let me know in the comment section below, or broken, as people would say. Again, I gave you guys my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the vid, and shout outs to all you guys for sending in the replays. And Xemo wanted me to link his Twitch channel, so I got you. I'll link it down below in the description box if you guys want to check him out. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see all of the new Yu-Gi-Oh decks in action, as well as more discussion videos like this. If you guys got any replays, I think we're pretty much covered on the Thunder Dragons, now that I've seen like majority of the builds. But if you have anything new with Thunder Dragons that we haven't really showcased off, feel free to go ahead and send it in, because I like seeing the interesting variants. Chaos 1 is one of my favorites, but, you know, sometimes you can break in Chaos decks, especially when it's 60-card decks. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm signing out.